under protective service. I want you to say this with me. Say, neighbor, keep moving, because God has your back. Yeah. Keep moving, because God has your back. When God speaks, he sets law. So when God said man has authority, when God gave man dominion in the earth realm, that's exactly what he meant. I gave you the analogy that if you own a house, but you lease that house to someone else, although you own it, once you lease it, you cannot go in that house whenever you want to. God intervenes in the affairs of man. God comes in two ways. He comes in prayers and he works through people. I come to speak to somebody today because you've been praying about something, and some of you have been discouraged because God hasn't answered your prayer yet. I've come to tell you, don't you dare give up on God, because he won't give up on you. The thing that you prayed for, here it is, Jonathan, the thing that you prayed for, I'm on divine assignment to come here this morning to tell you God is working on it. He's working on it. He knows what it is you stand in need of, and he's working on it. He heard your prayer about the issue that's going on in your house, and God wants you to know that he's working on it. God knows that you need a job so that you can take care of your family. Now, you got to do what you're supposed to do, but God is opening some doors that you don't even see. My responsibility here is not to come and to fix it for you. My responsibility is to remind you that when your God makes a promise, your God delivers. And one thing that I love about my God is that God will always give his people an opportunity to exit. He will always give you an opportunity to exit. If you look back over your life, over anything that caused you the most pain, the most headache, and the most heartache, if you examine that thing closely, you will clearly see that God gave you an opportunity to exit. Whether you take it or not is up to you, but God will give you an opportunity to exit. There is a subtle difference between exiting and leaving. I know they sound the same, but it's a difference. Because you can leave something and not be exited from it. You can leave this room but not exit the building. And the problem is, some of you left a thing but you didn't exit it. And because you didn't exit it, you find yourself still in the same situation. Come here, let me talk to you. You left Mississippi and came to Georgia. You left, but you didn't exit. So the same thing you were doing in Mississippi, you're doing the same thing in Georgia because you didn't exit. It's called the power of environment. Say that with me. Say the power of environment. So your environment, it shapes your attitude. It shapes your beliefs, it shapes your behavior, and it shapes your character. It's the power of environment. What you see affects who you are. See, in marketing, they understand this in marketing. In marketing, they call it psychographics. Psychographics, they want to show you a picture of something in hopes that you would desire the picture that they showed you. And so you may not even be hungry, but as you're riding down the interstate and you see a Big Mac on the side of a semi-truck, all of a sudden now you want a sandwich. Come on, y'all, I need y'all to help me right here. See, this narrative was first played out in the creation story. God spent 5 days preparing and creating the place, and 1 day preparing the person. Because environment is important. God help me. Environment is critical. Environment is critical even in coming to church. That's why you got to be strategic about who you put in the parking lot. Because if the person has come in, let me talk to you. If the person has a bad experience in the parking lot, they won't receive the word that I have for them when they come into the church. That's why the praise and worship team is so important. The praise and worship team creates an environment. They creates an atmosphere for God to come in, because God says, enter into my gates with thanksgiving and into my courts with praise. Environment set the tone.